Ace Attorney. Did I tell you? No, I don't think I told you guys. So yesterday... Yeah, they are very cute. I like them. Yesterday my neighbor texted me like, "Hey, come outside." I'm like, "I can't." And she's like, "Well, your tree, or you need to get rid of that honeysuckle in your yard. It's gonna kill your tree." And I'm like, "Okay." So I went out and took a look after I finished stream. And the honeysuckle's not even on my tree. All right, listen. Listen. So, yeah, I looked, and, like, for a honeysuckle to kill a tree, there's two ways it does it. It either outcompetes it in the root system, which means it has to be in the roots, like, all around the tree, or it has to get on the tree and strangle it. Neither of which is happening. So, I don't know, it's just kind of... And so she's retired. So she has all day to sit around and look at my yard. And every time I run into her, the reason I don't want to talk to her anymore, every time I run into her, she has something she wants me to do. Like, she wanted me to replace my fence because it's getting warped. Like, the fence was there to keep my dog in. My dog's dead. She's not going anywhere. I'm not going to replace the fence until I get a new dog. Because if I replace the fence, you know what that means? That means my fence is going to age like 4 years before I get a chance to get another dog. If she doesn't like my fence, she can put one in of her own. She won't have to see it. Oh, she wants me to cut down a giant tree in the middle of my yard, or in my backyard. Why? Because it drops branches. No, I don't have a roommate. I had a dog, but I don't have a dog anymore. Alright, where are we? Alright, let's inspect the random nooks and crannies. Alright, what's this note? What's he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. Why don't you think I had a roommate? I've never had a roommate. It appeared the directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. There's something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the Prima statue in this room. You heard me say I live with others? When did you hear me say that? Are you sure not confusing me with another fox? I know Zoe says there's another fox that's a lot like me. I may have said I can't live with others because I am just too prone to being murdered. I don't think there's a person in this world who could put up with me long enough to live with me. Hey, I protest that just because I don't like labels. Do you consider me a furry? Why? Oh, I do not need to get into this discussion, probably. Probably do not need to get into that discussion. Some people say I'm a furry, some people say I'm not. What's that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess it from the text, I would say this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. So who's the person who requested the theft of the Prima statue? Lonely? I'm not lonely. I'm good. But yeah, a long time ago, this is, pre-streaming days, pre-streaming days, I had a friend who was in a bad home situation, and, she needed someone to stay with. And I was like, you know, you're welcome to come here for a few weeks if you want to. And, she was gonna come visit for like 6 weeks. And, she lasted 2. Or she's like, I need to find someone else to live with. Like, okay. So. This is back when my dog's still a puppy. But anyway. I don't know how anybody tolerates me. I don't know how you guys tolerate me. Being a box on being violent? Alright, let's see here. Sword? This is the murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What'd you expect? It's Steel Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I call it a secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a real fight. I should know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. It's only because I saw the stage show earlier. Owner of the sword is Steel Samurai. Or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask about it, as detrimental as it is proving him innocent. So this is wrapping cloth Damask 2 used to carry his stolen goods. There's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever it was he was out to steal. Hat? Guess the hat didn't protect his head after all. Do you think I can do it? I don't think I can. The person shaking hands with the Steel Samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba. Look at that nose! It looks like like you said, it looks like a tree trunk nose. Taken for the murder. Steel Samurai must be very popular. They're even using National Treasure as a backdrop. I still don't understand. What exactly is so great about Top Knot there? Well, clearly there's a depth to this show that a young person like you can't fathom. Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target audience of this show of costumed actors? If they would go the same pace of every dialogue, like just have a go, it'd be a lot easier to read. Hey, see how fast that was? Compare that to the dialogue. It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yes, I can't say I see anything unusual about it. Wait, did he say he had smoke problems? See Ambassador Alba's desk. His notebook's open on his desk. He must have been in the middle of some important work. Scalp and growth log. It finally sprouted today. But it doesn't look like important work to me. It's got something of a green thumb. Two gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here. Something got dug up here. Sure, flowers as lovely as these must have an equally lovely name. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers. That's a rather unusual name. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of Christ. As I say, you learn something new every day. Let's look around, see if there's anything else. A counterpart to the Babyliss butterflies is the Alabastian flower. Butterfly and flower, they're both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean that Alabast provides honey to Bauble? Moses, can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment? Okay, well then let's hear what sort of profound comment you can come up with. Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen. That's bees. He's thinking of bees. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How's that, Miss Von Karma? Explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue this investigation. Francisca, why can't you just admit I had something there? You know, bees are actually dying out. Or they were, last I heard. There's some weapons on display in this wall, a crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. These would be the counterparts to the Babyliss knives. Do any of them look weird? This one kind of looks weird. Maybe the blades inside these scabbards should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Cochin. Or so I haven't inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Let's start here. Spear's bit. It's still Samurai's primary weapon, the Samurai Spear. Isn't that awesome? It totally fell for this thing. It's sleek and shiny just like my heart. Also, why is it bent? It looks bent. Kind of like whoosh. When you hold it, you just want to live life like bam. You do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although it is just as Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. And speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced this spear is up to the task. What's wrong, Edgy? You're staring off to the distance. I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? This one's mine. Did I say anything about wanting one? I could shut him up if I show him the piece of evidence. That will point something out about the spear. Do I have a piece of evidence? Larry, about the spear. Oh, are you feeling it? Bam! I thought there was something strange about it, this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me, or is the spear a bit bent? Whoa, what? No, wait, it's exactly as it should be, yo. I've heard the autograph you wrote for me earlier. Now take a good look at this which you drew with your own hands. You can see the spear is clearly of a different shape. I mean, come on. I don't think it's good evidence, because if I drew a spear, it looked like crap. You want me to draw a spear? I will. What do you have to say to that? I mean, look at the guy's eyes. They're not even lined up. I'm sorry. When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then during practice, I was spinning it around and around. And bam, it hit the wall. You unbelievable, this is an embassy. But I've always been like that. Ever since I was a kid. One time on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night. I don't see the problem with that. It's okay to play with a fake sword. I have a wooden sword I like to swing around. Or used to. I'm just a useless, hot-blooded man. Larry, clarify that for me, will you? Are you a man or not? I mean, he's got the beard. Okay, so it was some field trip, and I began shadow fight with myself. Not that. I know what you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall. Oh, that. So biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything. That's not what I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around would cause it to bend. And you're so naive. Well, what? Where did that come from? They keep calling it the samurai spear. It's not real. You can't really fight someone with it. Also, I just want to point out that metals have a wide range of, let's call them stats. Like aluminum is pretty easy to bend if it's thin. Steel, on the other hand, not easy to bend. Because it's hollow on the inside. You can hit it against practically anything and it would bend. Is that so? Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I think that part of your personality is cute. I see your friendship truly is something special. Miles Edgeworth. Arrgh! That's not friendship. It's utter humiliation. It's not nearly that bent. Hold on. I'm going to switch in my water. That being hollow is going to be relevant somehow. Was there something hidden inside the spear? Is that where something is hidden now? Let's look at the knives. Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I expect these are the counterparts to the Babyliss knives. Lazy's knife should match the blade of the knife that killed Mr. Cochin. We already said that. Well, one of the knives is missing. Its blade. Well, we know where that blade went. See if the two pieces of the blade and the handle fit each other. It appeared that they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly. This means that an Alabastrian knife did find its way into Babel. But how? Maybe they used a crossbow to fire it. Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this? There's 4 weapons here! Not counting the one in the statue or the one that Larry brought with him. Wonder why there are no weapons on display here. I found absolutely no difference between this primitive statue and Babel's. Statue's face looks a bit like that costumed hero and you like it so very much. I don't know why you Americans have such an affinity for this kind of face. Yeah, it looks like Alba. The statue wasn't made by an American, you know. At least I don't suppose so. What's that plant supposed to be? Can't you see this supposed to be a likeness of Ambassador Alba? Alice Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I look forward to your salary assessment next month. You are deluding yourself if you think you have any control over that. I think we're good. There was the exact same statue sitting in that Bobley's office we examined. It's the Prima Duck statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Cudopia. There's only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. Both the Alabasta and Bobble claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have. Or else I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. There's more to it? Oh, it's the exact same wall mount for the knives on the east side. I can't see any of the details from this distance. Alright, so we're not worried about that. Prima Duck statue, there's one of these on the Bobby side as well. It's very valuable and made of pure gold. It's the natural treasure of Cudopia. It's only one of these statues, meaning that one of these two is a replica. Both Alabasta and Bobble claim to have the real thing and won't budge from their claim. An incredibly childish fight to have. I wonder if they're part of a set. So there's only one statue made, but they're part of the set. They both have a flower on them. It's probably dumb, but let's just see if I can put this together. There's clearly a contradiction here. Nope, I failed. Yes, I believe you're right. Clearly it's right there in your logic. Arg! Apparently I was mistaken. It sure looks like fun, Edgy. Let's not. Let's not forget for whose sake I'm suffering. Hope you were considering that. I've got to do something from our evidence. Wait, can we make any connections? Nope. Why is the statue facing the other way? Wait. Unless they're over here. Am I reading too much into this? The statue's facing the wrong way. Let's save real quick. I could be misreading this situation. That seems like a thing I would do. Okay. Alright, let's look at this. Look at this photo and tell me what you find odd about the scene, Miss Von Karma. The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes that top-knot's hand. It's not it. I was trying to point out that the statue in the photo is facing a different way. You're right. The statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or secretary level person is allowed to handle it. In fact, the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene. It's proof that somehow someone touched the statue around the time of the crime. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. That's it? That's... Yo, Pink Princess, how are you feeling? Still feeling ill? And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. So the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabasta Embassy a visit. I just put water on myself or my condensation ran and got on me. Hard to tell. I thought I saw something move right here. That's what distracted me. Maybe I spilled my water, maybe I didn't. Who knows? There's nothing moving. Okay, I guess nothing moved. I think I may need to speak with her as well. Alright. Was there more to talk to him about? Larry, about the samurai sword that was used as a murder weapon. Meditator, thank you for the raid! How was your stream? I'm gonna get a shout out for you. How are you today? You playing chess? Oh crap, did I forget to change my thing? I'm so sorry. Oh, you came here expecting chess and I switched games. Nobody mentioned it. I'm so sorry. How's your chess today? Yeah, we were doing chess earlier. I feel bad. How are you doing today? Thank you for the raid. I'm sorry I'm so bad at everything. Well, I hope you're doing well. Oh, that. Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room, you know. Yes, apparently you did. Well, I totally forgot about it and left it behind when I left afterwards. You want to talk about shock? I almost got the ball when I heard it kill someone. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, my Discord's down there somewhere. There's a button for it somewhere. There's a button somewhere. There's always a button somewhere. Talk about shock. I was the most shocked of all when I heard it kill someone. Shocked! Foolish fool, looking especially foolish for foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. You forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a tale? Anyone that met Larry knows that he's not very,
Hold it!
He's not a lot of things. Sorry, Strong Karma, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry. Exactly. Edgy, you believe me! Actually, our friendship is something special. Anyway, even if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name. Which means that I will have to prove his innocence from a different angle. Right, not helpful. Can you talk to any of them? Did some investigating over the Balinese embassy too, right? I did. Is there a problem? Lindsay says a wolf who aims to hunt 2 rabbits at once. Everything we require is he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither. Heh, a real wolf can catch both. I see, so what are you trying to say, seeing as I am currently handling 2 cases? Hey, suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you. Did he warn me? Who are you? How hard you try will never be a necessity in a Shifu's investigation. Is that a fact? No matter how good he is bound to overlook something. Consult our Shifu and prepare to be punished. Oh, and how exactly would you punish us? Every investigator under Shifu's command will work to disrupt your investigation. That doesn't seem very productive. Vindictive much? Aren't we all going after the same thing? Alright, lady, what you got? Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Miss Pink Princess, if you would please answer. There it is. Me! There's Miss Old Bag. Heh, this must be what they call fate. How could this happen 2 days in a row? What the? Aren't you Miss Oldbag? Why are you so surprised? Oh, so you're the one that got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now. Your acquaintances with Larry? Why, yes, we worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, Majipu. You don't need to be jealous. Nobody's jealous. Nugu! I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. It's so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep. I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious Echipu waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that she would ever come to a show like this? I guess I misjudged you, Edgy Poo. I'm gonna take a moment here to run the ad to kill the pre-roll. And go brush my tail. So just chill for a few minutes. I'll be right back, okay? Feel free to catch a fish or two if you want to. I'm back. Still got a minute though. So 1 minute. I'm gonna catch fish. Fine, if nobody wants to catch fish, I'll catch fish. Fish. Hi Don, how's it going? Hope you have a good night, okay? Yeah, we got 26 seconds left, okay? I called it junk. Okay, hold on. I'll take it down. Button! Yeah, this is the night wafu. You can't have you can't go to sleep without seeing Fox. Is that this one? Alright, we're back. I guess I've misjudged you, Edgy Poo. Yep, very Fox. Hi, Pixels. Alright, you remember this? What? Told you. You misjudged him. I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know? That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. Looks like the winds have shifted and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy Poo. I chase you forever. To the ends of the earth. Isn't that just peachy? This is one of those rare times when Franziska and I actually see eye to eye. Now then. What are you doing here? You got a soda can! I thought you were working at Gatewater Land as a Pink Badger. What are you talking about? That was ages ago. That was yesterday! Look, I worked at Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue, and actually... They called you? Apparently the girl who plays the Pink Princess clapped from a back cold. Happened so suddenly, so they called me in to be her last-minute replacement. It's just a can. It's empty. Don't have enough people on staff at that studio? I was gonna say no, so here I am playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand for her. She's going to have a terrible time when she returns. I mean, I'm not exactly great at reading the strange thing. To be standing in the living room, tripped over to the ragdoll instead of a Shukin, hit Stanley and the audience in the uproar there. Avant-garde. I tell you, they're really a bunch of simpletons. You're a rather lively old lady. So basically, you received a stand-in request this morning, correct? You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look. It appears that she is telling the truth. Bum, bum, bum. I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears. Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall. Being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker. I was taking my break when I found it stuck under the door to my room. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving Knight. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Does that say Wandy? I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving Knight. How absolutely revolting. When you think you can get my name right, there's no accent in my name. Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before? Oh no. Oh, now you're here, Edgy Poo. I feel 100% safe. Where do I factor into this? You must say evil stalker man for my sake, won't you, Edgy Poo? Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later. Oh, come on, Edgy Poo. Stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get. Alright, time of the murder. Where were you? What were you doing at the time of the crime? What crime? What? After the show was over, I've had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm. Oh no. Well, murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo. I'm so scared. Hold me. Caress me.
Hold it!
If you could please not cling to my personage. In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech. Oh, that? No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have been the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and I got stiff. I couldn't move at all. Can you provide proof of your condition? Oh, just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy. I had to admit the thought of her not being able to leave that room was rather pleasant. Prosecutor Von Karma brought the police dog as you requested, sir. Oh, look at the cute police dog! Good work. You may leave now, officer. Oh, this dog. I requested the assistance of a dog in our search. For the Yadagara Sioux. Is this Missile? Is that his name, Missile? Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too. Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taking care of. I think his name is Missile. I was right! I called it. What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks. That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve this case for us, you know. Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go. Wolf. Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Like a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but... It's got this Steel Samurai's face on it? It's a samurai dog! Remember they were selling those at the park? Oh, wait, Francisca, isn't that an official samurai dog? Garg! Ah, no, bad Missile. He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that. It's just a meat substance snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine. That's not a good thing. Okay, I'm just gonna go on a limb. Okay. Hot dogs are not healthy for anyone, but don't feed them to your dog, okay? Like, the hot dog, the meat itself, okay, it's probably okay on an occasion treat. But don't give them a whole hot dog with the bread and everything. Dogs can't eat bread. I mean, I guess they can, but they shouldn't eat that much bread. And the toppings, you don't know what's in the toppings. I know, my neighbor one time gave my dog an entire loaf of French bread. Now, you may ask, Fox, if your neighbor gave your dog a loaf of French bread, how do you know? Wouldn't your dog just eat it? Yeah, I know, because when I brought her in, she threw up a big pile of, like, wet bread. And then I went outside and found half a loaf of French bread. So I put two and two together and realized she gave my dog an entire loaf of French bread. Like, the piece I found was over a foot long. So that's the part my dog didn't eat. So, yeah. That's quite a bit of information you gathered there in a single quick glance. You should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place. Hmm? Inside that stack was an all missile found. And what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing. I somehow doubt that. Doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. Samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? In the circumstance, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. Let's just get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. Alright. You can please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt. Oh, Edgepoo, what is the meaning of this? What? Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you like. No thanks, but no thanks. It sure was found here at this crime scene. What? Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here? I know nothing. Nothing, I tell you. What? Oh, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know? Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. On top of that, I get fingers as a suspect? You're too cruel, Edgepoo. I claim that you never once set foot inside this room. Of course I am. I've been the one to find the body. Do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? It's always like this. Always my fault for some reason. Tablet are missing. The camera's missing. The lawyers they're missing. They're missing. There's a matter of my husband. We get married, so I guess I'm stuck marrying you. What kind of person was that? We should have done. I can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days. Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. Somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. I assume the samurai dog was also yours? Oh, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can see through everything about me. The feeling of dread continues, but I suppose I should ask for more details. The samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Oh, of course, I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy poo. What?
Hold it!
If you could stick to what I asked you? Edgy, are you and Miss Oldback? No! You don't change, do you? When we learned how to take a joke. Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy. A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all. Those two guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my question. Aren't you going to stick up for me? How about that? See, after the show, I went to the restroom. Was fell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were. The samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. By preparation, you mean sampling them as well. Excuse me? I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was still silly of me to think this, but... I figured that since they're for a kids show, the taste was probably for kids too. They were so good I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is... What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Alright, so... What bothers me is that there is Does the fireplace like switch around somehow? Alright, we need to talk to him again. Larry, I wonder if you might know what this is. Nope, not a clue. You didn't even look at it. Now, that's because the only thing I can see right now is the form of my lovely Phronsie. Oh? In that case, let me help you sear my form into you for all eternity. Eek. Ah, whippity whip! Trip! You're only encouraging him. Now, this is a trip I'm willing to endorse, especially if we can finally get some peace here. Alright, let's do some deductions. Alright, there's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Smoke was supposed to be pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry, this is a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There's testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? I see, so what you're proposing is this. Smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Olbach's fire. Basically, the fireplaces in neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you are implying? Precisely. How could it have gotten through the chimney? That's so weird. The lady's undershirt that Miss Missile found. Arg! Why are you getting all excited over holding onto a lady's undergarment? Now it's Edworth, you uncouth sea slug. I like that, uncouth sea slug. If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And only this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace in this room. This lady's undershirt. Are you serious? Claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a close look at the back of the fireplace is in order. There's an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can't get a better look at it. What in the... Wall separating the room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace. And apparently it turns. I called it! As I suspect this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. Neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there's nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there's a secret passageway through this fireplace. We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms. How exactly is that significant? You're going to suddenly name the old lady as a Damask II's killer now, are you? No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damask II's murder. Alright, filled it back up! Okay, investigation complete, we did it. It would appear the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on, I'm ready to counter any argument you might have. Very well then, if you're prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good, I'm counting on you, Edgy. Believe in me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is. My lie? I know there's still something you aren't keeping from the rest of us. Well, what's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me or no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself. Throw everything into mass confusion! Hey, you made some wonderful friends this child, I see. Larry, I have one thing to say to you. If you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who's ready to die is strong-willed, you know. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. Do not lie to me! You cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie. I will never forgive you. Edgy. Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case. And that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. Alright, this time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works. So what happened, we'll do. Now, if you would please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight. After the show, I left the pushcart in the Rose Garden and came into the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. Said I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Like, I thought I'd just finish telling you not to not lie anymore. But it's kind of ultra embarrassing. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy man, I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out of me. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. Every intention to, for I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. I could probably save time by not pressing on everything, but Actually, I left the pushcart in the Rose Garden. Came into the embassy.
Hold it!
You left the pushcart. Could you please clarify that statement for me? Yeah, so the wheels of the pushcart got covered in dirt from the Rose Garden. It would have made a mess of the floor inside, so I had Ambassador Alba said to just leave it. It would be rather impolite to dirty another country's embassy. I think of it. I recall seeing the Pink Princess on my way into the embassy. What was she doing? Nothing in particular. She was being carried by some docs on a stretcher. Must have been incapacitated by the pain of her bad hip that she suffered during the show. So I came to the embassy, right? And then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador.
Hold it!
So you shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Alabast, did you? Yeah, can you believe it? I did something really cool for a change. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand. Hey there, are you disrespecting another country in their very own embassy? As someone with roots in this country, I'm feeling nothing but incredible shame to this second. Agreed, I apologize for his inconsiderate words. However, please continue. Well, what is with all of you? You keep saying that kind of thing, and I'll tell you only lies. You're already telling us nothing but lies, so let it go and move on. Alright already, you don't need to glare at me like that, Edgy. After that, until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around.
Hold it!
Larry, I want you to listen very carefully and take this to heart. The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone you encounter. I know! I get it. I'm totally the bad guy again. I thought you were his friend. Don't you think that was a bit too harsh? Lazy says, true friends are bosom friends. If you're in trouble, call on your bosom friend, whose shoulder you can truly cry on. Hey, bosom buddy, I hope you're listening carefully to my testimony. Has crossed your pea-sized brain yet that Agent Lang's only out to arrest you, Larry? And then you're wandering around inside the MC, and then what happened? That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know.
Hold it!
I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare. Agreed, especially since they are a traditional feature of American houses. Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys. If the kind of chimney I'm talking about is the really romantic type. A romantic chimney? It might sound kind of silly, but women seem to really enjoy them. I just had a good feeling about that chimney. And I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try.
Hold it!
He's not playing Santa, he's playing Cupid. Or Cupid? No, he's playing Zeus. You know, because Zeus liked to come down and to sleep with all the people and animals and everything. You suddenly wanted to play Santa? Well, actually, I've dressed up as Santa once before already. That was down in Cord Lake. Nurk, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me. Hey, it sounds like you guys share a lot of history. A perk to being a childhood friend, huh? Guys, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family chimney, after all. Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not playing Santa's a big deal? Except in the case of this man, playing Santa's actually quite a big deal. I say your buddy's exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Edgy, that's so incredibly mean! Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know. In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. Why don't you tell me to whom you were delivering a present to? I was, delivering a present to a child not basking in the warm glow of love.
Objection!
That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard, but a lie is still a lie. You should know how to kick a guy when he's down. You know that? I guess the person you wish to deliver a present unto was most certainly this.
Take that!
Hey, interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me. I totally didn't want to see Miss Olbach so much that I tried to get down her chimney. Ow! I advise you stop right there, and you're bashing of a lady. I must admit that I myself hardly ever had the want to run into that lady. Taco! No, eat taco. No. Taco. I've still got tacos, by the way. So I am still on my second to last container of tacos. I probably got another few days left of tacos, and then I'll have to get the next container. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? Got a wrong impression. Does that mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact? That fact is best summed up with this.
Take that!
This is something the old lady had received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess, Mindy, was it again? Seems as this man is quite taken with that actress. That's not true, Edgy. She's the one with the hots for me. I should know it. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I tell you. You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man. You haven't matured at all since we last met. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor? Yes? This guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. I suppose you could put it that way. Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy? To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure. On the roof. Hey, Edgy, looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now. But we're not in court at the moment. Shut up! I see what's going on here, and it looks just like what you do in court. I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Things he says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen. Alright, then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits. Larry, have you gotten that should I lose, your victory prize be your arrest? All I wanted to do was go to visit Mindy. I dressed up as a Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It's a case of mistaken identity. That mistake made me late for the speech. And top it all off, I became a suspect in murder. That's what you really meant. Why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Because you're Larry. Hey, someone say something. Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this not as a confession but as a testimony? So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that? So it was you. You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's wholly focused on one man, and one man only. As long as Edgepool is alive, I can't just drop him and be unfaithful. No, I can't. Although, if I was tempted, I'd just tell him about the Wolfman. But my dear Edgepool has fast for flying colors, stay completely true to my beloved Edgepool. I'm so inspired. You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point. What do you mean? Of course you still got something to prove. You just had to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy. Proof, you say? Remember, Reggie? Everything is evidence in court, right? You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry? I understand your point. Yeah, I see, but yeah, see, I'm totally a pro at this now. Very well, if you wish to see the evidence, let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. Yay! I'm glad you're off work. Hopefully you're home soon. So I think that all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy.
Hold it!
Well, I have been saying that for a while now. After all, if not for that, then for what other reason did you wish to go down the chimney? Can't say that without any evidence. That's against the rules, Edgy.
Knuckle back!
Hey, thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mr. Suspect.
Hold it!
Well, if I have the evidence, and if you wish to see it, that valley I can introduce you to. I was not going to keep them waiting, my subordinate. Hurry up and show them already. The lies, all lies, Edgy. If you wish to lie, then by all means continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's notice. I had to get up earlier now too? Oh, I'm sorry. Does that mean you're going to miss the end of this dream? Arg, you will get the better of me. Now, let's see. I just up a Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick.
Hold it!
Was the smoke coming from the chimney really that thick? You bet. It was so thick, I had tears pouring out of my eyes. It was a mess. Huh. I see. You do realize that you've just confirmed for us your chimney escapade? What? That's totally unfair. You tricked me. Edgy? Hardly. You simply have yet to master how to counter this cross-examination technique. Oh, well, what I just said was a slip of the... No, I mean, I said the wrong thing. Isn't this what you really meant to say about what I did tonight? It's a mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech.
Hold it!
What mistaken? I'm not quite sure how you could mistake that actress for this lady. Oh, Edgy Poo, are you staring at me? No. Are you finally succumbing to my feminine charms? No. I actually think that Steel Samurai is the one who should know about your charms. What? Me? Edgy, what are you trying to do to me? Nothing, simply that the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess are husband and wife. Oh, is my poor little Edgy Poo jealous? Arg! If you could please drop that line of discussion right this instant. But Edgy, I told you, I already have Mindy! Speaking of Mindy, exactly what kind of woman would you say she is? Edgy, are you seriously telling me you don't know who the Mindy is? She's like what her name means. She's super sweet with a great smile. I mean to brag, she's one of the troupe's fastest rising stars. Interesting. Huh, so you're saying a woman like that is what made you late to the speech? Huh? Curse you too? Why is everyone out to make a suspect out of me? Look, all I can say is this. I was late to the speech. Then to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder trial. That's what you really meant.
Hold it!
I suppose you might be correct in a small way. Well, what do you mean by that? Besides being a suspect in murder, there are a few other things you're a suspect of. Oh, not you too, Franzi. You tried to stalk me, but I won't let you intimidate me like that. Look, I already told you, Miss Oldbag. I wasn't after you. I was trying to see Mindy. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, can I just arrest this guy already? I completely understand how you feel, Agent Lang. Well, wait, please, listen to what I have to say. If you have a serious assertion to make, then I'd consider listening, however. No problem. I'm going to put all I've got into this, so listen good, okay? Why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose?
Hold it!
Because you're Larry. Larry, this is the final point you wish to make. You got it. I've called on all the energy I have and told it to you with all my soul. In that case, let me take that soul and break it. Huh? Yes, we'll stamp it under our feet until it's been ground to a fine powder. A fine powder? Eek! If you put all your soul into that, then you're ready for what's coming, right? In place of the honor of Larry, I offer my soul to you. Larry, come out from behind there and face this like a man. Dude, you're scary, my liege. His whole testimony is one giant confession of all that he's done tonight. He's practically begging me to show why he bothered to put himself through all this. Alright, let's go on and present it. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter. Ha 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 ha. Hey! Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are you showing me that thing to me? We already showed it once. Wendy, I'll be descending from you on above. Descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Wasn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? Arngagn! I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing.
Objection!
You can pretend to be ignorant all you like. But it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady. But rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. This letter shows the person Larry had intended to meet was Mindy. I'm gonna go with the eye.
Take that!
The dot. Like, I should take up penmanship lessons. Yeah, I can see how this would be either an M or an N. Or M or a W. If you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again. Whoa, what the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English. You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became windy to the average eye. Hey, stop picking on me. We already know who Wendy is. Wendy's the old lady. It's so embarrassing. There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching, but that will have to wait until we're off this crime scene. Be edgy, save me from the scary man. Sure you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake. That wasn't me. Come again? It's a fake. Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter. Set me up. Accept your defeat graciously. But you guys are being so mean.
Hold it!
Penmanship analysis. What's that? No matter who, all people have certain unique features in their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter. I'll never write another thing in my life.
Hold it!
Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. But you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting.
Take that!
This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our questions soon enough. No. Best now, Larry. To your miserable failure. I'm sorry. I did it. It was me who caused you trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head. Edgy. So he finally confesses. I saw the pink princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, alright? I wanted to go into Minnie's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice do I have? There's a chimney or bust, Edgy. Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney. What a criminal, overactive imagination. Not the window. Well, at least I was honest and wrote Minnie a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she would be so shocked when I came down the chimney. Except the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment. I'm really, really sorry. Larry, you may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me, because at the very least, I can attest to that about you. Edgy. You're... Ack! We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you. Ow! In any case, I believe we can say that now we know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butts sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to his crime scene, but enter the room with the elderly lady next door. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable the two of you are friends. Yeah, me too. Random Fox! I got the blue rose, Fox. The suspicion on the guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running it off, okay? Ow! Hey, what? Edgy, what does the wolfman mean when he says, I'm not off the hook yet? He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect, after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. But the bloodstained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite. Eek! Edgy, that guy. Looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me. I'm well aware, and you should be as well. This upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely Bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand in a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got. I need to point out the contradictions in the supposed murder weapon. The real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. This is one game I can't afford to lose. Oswald found the body of the victim, Damas II. Beside him was a samurai sword, burning red and offering up the scent of blood. It's supposed to be in the samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts, in here too. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak onto the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you?
Hold it!
You're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney. You've already established that.
Knuckle back!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors. Come on, I can't think of something as complicated as that. Right, Edgy? Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. I was the one who found the body of the victim, Damas II.
Hold it!
So you're the first to discover the body this time. This time? What's that supposed to mean? You better watch what you say. Well, I said this time because earlier Kay was the first to discover the body in Babel. And your secretary, Agent Shina, was ready to accuse her of murder for that.
Knuckle back!
Ah, so you're going to use that excuse to call me suspicious now? Of course not. I'll simply point out the usual pattern with discoverers of bodies. But in the Babelese case, there was proof that she was holding the weapon, right? Well, this one is a bit different, since we know exactly where the weapon is. Beside him was a samurai sword, glittering red and offering up a scent of blood. I will look at our evidence. What do we have? Can I look at it? Oh, I can't look at it right now. Okay.
Hold it!
So I got 4 statements. Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood? Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. According to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let it slip by. That was a samurai sword covered in the victim's blood.
Hold it!
So the sword is covered in the victim's blood. Yeah, the lab results confirm that the blood on the sword matches the victim's. The sword is as dull as a vanilla envelope. Wouldn't that be manila? I thought it was manila envelope. It's just a stage prop after all. So samurai is all about safety first, so you can't use it like a real sword. Still, samurai has spoken. Pink Princess also appears to have something that she'd like to petition you personally. Well, what the Pink Princess would like to say can wait for the day after eternity. Anyway, my point is that even though the sword is too dull to slice with, it's certainly heavy enough to bludgeon someone to death with. Therefore, I suspect he beat the victim to death with that thing.
Hold it!
About the samurai sword. Have you received a report from the forensics yet? They confirmed that the blood on the sword belonged to the victim. Alright, but had they confirmed that the outline of his wound is consistent with the weapon? Tell me something. Do you see the dead body right here, there in front of you? So if they were conducting the autopsy right now, shouldn't that body not be here? Well? I suppose so. Guess they must still be investigating this room. Didn't I say that before? That we were looking for an autopsy report where the body was still in the room? I mean, it's possible that he doesn't know about that piece of evidence, his true nature. Anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No? Good. Let's continue. It's supposed to be in Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead.
Hold it!
I think I know where we're going with. We gotta present the spear. Larry's already testified that he forgot the samurai sword here. Yeah, I was shaking hands with the ambassador in here, and I left it behind by accident.
Not so fast!
So what? You lied earlier, so who's to say that this excuse isn't just another lie? I forget stuff all the time, right, Edgy? Tell him. That's not really gonna help your case. Why don't you tell him yourself? You see? What did I tell you earlier? No one will buy such a pathetically weak excuse. Yes, well, I know it's still not possible to prove such an excuse as truth. And yet you offer it up as fact. You're a worse person than I originally thought. You're free to think what you like. However, I know that Larry is not the killer. Agent Lang, please continue this argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butson, here too.
Hold it!
Just because he's the owner of this weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it? No, climbing all the way up the chimney is plenty of suspicion in my book as well.
Objection!
Right now, I've already drawn the truth out, and the truth is one thing I don't bend.
Not so fast!
It doesn't matter if it's you or whoever. You prosecutors are all the same. As for me, prosecutors are the one thing I don't trust in.
Objection!
Agent who doesn't trust prosecutors. What are you playing at? Sorry, sis. There are only two things I trust, my subordinates and evidence of the crime scene. Agent Lang hates prosecutors. But as long as he trusts evidence that has been left at the crime scene, then there is something I can show him that he can believe in. It's maybe not possible that the samurai sword is a real murder weapon. So I should focus on proving that point to Agent Lang first. Alright, let's present the spear.
Objection!
Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? Hey, it's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history. Oh, he's so nice. I do love the spear myself. It's one of my favorite weapons. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. I think the whip is in a slightly different category. Yeah, the problem with whips is they're not lethal. Like, whips are, they cause pain. They have good reach. But it's really hard to do a lethal blow with a whip. So what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is the real weapon? No, I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way it's bent. Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in the embassy earlier. As you clearly see, the insides of Steel Samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon somebody to death. And then there's not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. I wish they'd make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move. I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. The Steel Samurai special move was changed tonight because of him? Youch! That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se. So all I can do for now is to let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risk in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. He's neither smart nor very clever. Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of 40-year win streak will ever be broken. But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place. What a foolishly foolish statement from the foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There's nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory.
Hold it!
That may be your opinion, however. I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. If that means that that bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on toward the truth.
Not so fast!
You're going to keep me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. Why do you consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damask without bending it? What do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? Know what you need. Of course, what I need is evidence even he can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We search the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So is it only natural that suspicion would fall on the owner of said weapon? How long do you intend to cling onto that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we left unturned. There's one stone you left unturned. We managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. The only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is the sword.
Hold it!
You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact?
Not so fast!
If you got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you. It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone.
Hold it!
Let's press so. It inquires how you're able to make such a claim, Agent Lang. Lang says, capable of miracles beyond comprehension of mysterious creatures and man. Rather than man's, Agent Lang's quotes that are getting increasingly incomprehensible. Human body is a mysterious thing. Even with a toy-like sword, it's easy to kill a man if you hit just the right spot. Which is why I think it's possible to kill this thing without leaving a dent.
Hold it!
But we can only be sure one way or the other by seeing if the wound matches the sword. If I know that, but as long as it's a possibility, I can proclaim it as much as I like. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion.
Hold it!
But you must know that your conclusion is wrong. Given the circumstance I'm in, the only people I can trust are my subordinates. Because they're a much more trustworthy bunch than you prosecutors will ever be.
Hold it!
And you call yourself a professional.
Not so fast!
You still don't see, do you, Mr. Prosecutor? You have to earn my trust. And the only way to do that is to show me proof of another possible murder weapon. What else weapon? In this room, there is only one other thing left. It's going to be a gamble, but I can't withdraw from the game now. I'm going to get me to trust you by the power of your glare alone, you know. So I have the other reasons as to why I think the samurai sword is a murder weapon. We searched the embassy top to bottom. The victim's blood is only on that weapon.
Hold it!
The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword. That's right, even with Luminol. Which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Our problem with Agent Lang's assertion that the samurai sword is a weapon. If you believe that there's no other door or possibility left open, then allow me to force one open for you.
Not so fast!
Humph. And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon.
Not so fast!
Ha! Ha 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 ha! The real murder weapon? I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy. They've concluded that nothing else could have been used as a weapon. Knowing these facts, you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course. Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation.
Not so fast!
Well, what are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games. I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men.
Hold it!
I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Maybe there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. That item is a real murder weapon. Alright then, I'll play along for now. It's a real weapon that killed Mr. Damask too. What exactly is it? A murder weapon which not a single person has yet to touch is this. We gotta make sure we get the right one. Alright, we're in Alabasta. We gotta get this one, right? This one.
Take that!
The National Treasure of Alabasta. You mean the Promeduc statue? Yes, and as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct?
Not so fast!
Ha! Ha 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 ha! You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabasta and the Republic of Babel. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance. Over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined.
Hold it!
Anyway, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. There's only one conclusion I can draw from that. Go look for the ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Chief, you can't listen to this infidel's words. He is most definitely trying to trick you. Chief, please let's be rational about this. Grr. Langzy says, just go already. Finally, a quote that makes sense. Yes, yes, sir. Shifu, yeah? I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Promeduc statue. I see. Wait. But then the investigation is at a standstill. Hey, Lang, I'll go and speak with the ambassador personally. Save your breath. He may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. But I guess you gotta be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Lang, what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. What? Shifu, what about causing an international incident? Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is taking responsibility, let it be me. Responsibility? If we're going to talk in such heavy returns, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then. Let's talk and more investigating. We want to know the truth. We can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like to run a chemiluminescence test on the statue. Luminol test? Then we don't actually touch it. All good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay. Let's get the forensics team in here. See if we can spray a chemical without touching it. Yeah, look at his head. Looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means this is the real murder weapon that killed Damas too. Indeed. But I would celebrate Jed if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Mr. Damas too, so the charge remains. We are hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lang. None of this is a weapon. I believe further examination is required. Ah, you think so? Okay, then knock yourself out. Look at the bottom. Look! And what do we have here? This dirty smudge. Looks like a handprint. Ha 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 ha. What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we got some fingerprints to analyze. Nurk! Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. But it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. Hey, forensic guy. I want the results of these fingerprints ASAP. You hear me? Agent Lang, I have the analysis results. Wow, that was quick. Analysis results, sir. Good, and? Sorry about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Babylese embassy? The prints belong to him, to Mr. Manny Cochin, sir. Huh. But that's... Well, what's going on around here? No, that's impossible. Each Promeduc statue can only be handled by someone of that country. By the very fact that Mr. Cochin's fingerprints are on this one. It leads me to only one conclusion. The statues got swapped. This statue is actually Babel's Promeduc statue. Impossible, it can't be. That's the whole thing. The whole thing was a distraction. They wanted to swap because they thought the other one had the real one. Whoever wanted to swap it thought the other one had the real one. Larry never once set foot on Bobbly's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. I was kind of wondering that earlier, like, because when they sent Damask to steal the statue. Maybe the other and swap it with the other one. Ringleader of the smuggling operation was killed with an Alabastian knife and bauble. And Damask too was killed on the Alabastian soil with Bauble's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yadagara Su, who visited both countries. Pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. Alright, how are we doing? Alright, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left on pre-roll. To be continued. Alright, what if I run for 2.5 minutes? That could work, right? Oh, we're gonna save our progress. This one. Alright, I'm gonna go brush, but we're gonna just take 2.5 minutes. And then I'll be right back, okay? So 2.5 minutes. And go. See, I still made it with 30 seconds to spare. 30 seconds to spare. I guess I'll throw another fish in. Why not? Right? Fishy, fishy, fishy. Fishy, 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 fishy. I got 14 seconds left. 10, 9. I mean, I guess I can take that down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back. I gotta see Urchin. See Urchin. I may have to do something about not having that and the fishing on there, but maybe I'll leave it. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's not hurting anything. Alright, let's go. I left the Damask 2 investigation to Franziska. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's nice. Let's Damask 2 to Franziska and return to Bauble. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Bauble's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, there's Kay. It's okay, what's the situation? Oh, that's great. Investigating is so much fun. In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. We weren't goofing off. Honest, sir. We're investigating our hearts out. Very well, then, would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Oh, we've had a really fun time, sir. I knew it. 0 progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? You have permission to enter the Albastion's MC, is that correct? Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask. Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday. Ugh! Ung! Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. Didn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence has lost their value given Detective Gumshoe. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. We could have given it to Kay. She might have wanted it. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Necessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Okay, so let's check out what we have left. Yeah, it was getting a little unwieldy. We were up to like 3 pages, I think, of evidence, so we trimmed it down some. Alright. Oh, she's with me now. Hey, you're not going back to Alabasta already, are you? Oh yeah, I still need to gather a bit more information first. Wait, where are we going? Huh, a ladder. Actually, that's a step ladder. They're the exact same thing. No way, from the structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. A step ladder is much too heavy to carry around, after all. And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. That's kind of a weird thing. The Axel cement powder is stacked up here. I suppose they're for the renovation. And without a smell a drop of gold here, or any other treasure for that matter. Okay, the only thing you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat. Mr. Edgeworth, that was a pretty good play on words there. Ah, gummy, don't randomly jump into one of our dialogues like that. Wait, you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe? No, it's not like that, sir. It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the greatest great thief show. I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. So how come so many traffic cones are red and white? That's because they're highly visible from a great distance. Oh, is that why? So then the reason you wear that wine red shoes for invisibility's sake? Please don't compare me to a ragged plastic traffic cone. Ah, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these, you can eat whatever you'd like. And these are discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern, however, these coupons do nothing for me right now. This open-air stage, what function does it serve, exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babel. Heard this night over in the Alabastion Rose Garden. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Andy told me that I really should give a speech too. Scotia told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Yatagars... Because of the fire the Yatagars who started? Exactly. Ambassador Plano, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Prima Duck statue. I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabasta and Babel used to be one country called Codopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Prima Duck statue belonged to the founders of Codopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed under the king of Codopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it's meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. If Alabasta and Babel were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. Prime Duck statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. What if Ambassador Palima knows? about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. We'll ask about Manny first. Explain that there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, don't worry. You can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? Random Fox, we got, Blue Rose Fox again. That's weird. It's like a 1% chance it'd come up twice. I changed aspect to becoming a Babble, yes? Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Manny Cochin, I'd like to ask you about this man. Who was your secretary? Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well... Okay, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. I mean, that's random for you. If there's everything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. I think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. It sounds like Mr. Cochin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. Since I became the Babbly's representative at the country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, we see, had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch, our two countries were to reunify and become one again. Wait, you think some of the random's broken? Are you sure? I don't think the random's broken. I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. Alright, let's present the thing. Master, if you could please take a look at this for me. The property statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babble. Yeah, we're pretty sure we know why some models broke. I thought I fixed them all, but I could be wrong. Hopefully we have them fixed now, though. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier. You don't understand why I wish to inspect Babble's prominent statue immediately. Because the statue is currently in your country's possession. Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. It is definitely an Alabast statue. I know because it's the real statue. You're saying that Babbles was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from leaders of Babble, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. Say that we cannot determine which statue is the real one.
Hold it!
Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babble were to lose face, the reunification of the country was what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Alright, well, that's progress. Have a real time about cleaning up after the fire. I suppose we stay out here and investigate the stage some more, then. There's a sign here warning passengers how to take precautions around this renovation site. They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere. I believe Ambassador Polino said it was to attract more tourists and visitors. What can they do with the new stuff they're building? What do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth? How about transforming it into a courthouse? Hey, be serious. That was being serious. Wait. This bush is like the perfect place to hide some sort of treasure, you know? Oh, there's no treasure inside those things. Oh, too bad. We do have a lot of treasures back in Babble. Sounds great. I'll be sure to pay you guys a visit sometime for a 5-finger discount. Sure, we welcome you anytime. Are you sure you want to invite a thief into your country with open arms? Just looking at these scaffolds makes me want to climb them. How can you not try? There was a fire burning here until not too long ago. Yeah, I think enough time has passed, so it should be alright. Thief Child says if there is a height to be scaled, then scale it you must. Starting from Thief Child, would you care to explain what you just said? Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. So what did you find out? Well... Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. I think he has found nothing of any particular use, as usual. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Polino. Oh? And what is that? What is something interesting? Yes, sir. Well, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there. That does look cool. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently if you burn these special wood crystal oil that they make in Babel, it burns this green color, sir. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I thought it was deployed to force people to visit Babel should the oil run out. Hey, Gummy, what about these silhouettes? They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so to protect the images. Oh. Silhouettes, huh? They're rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. You think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Oh, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together, like professionals on this. Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country. That's the gist of it. Babel is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and the things that enter their country. And somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yadigar Asul? In one way or another, the Yadigar Asul is connected. Of this I'm sure. Now then, where was the Yadigar Asul first spotted? I believe it was in the Rose Garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. Gardens to the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was going to give a speech tonight. At least that's where I heard the Yadigar Asul had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? I guess it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There's a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? Doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here. I was thinking they have concert here at this open-air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. Did they have the Jammin' Ninja? Doesn't he play a guitar? Well, why would it be wet? Oh yeah, there's one more thing. We gotta get rid of a bunch of useful evidence and get a bunch more. Would you be willing to hold on to this? What is it? It's the perfume. This shoe's perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Alright, which way are we going? Okay, well. I'll show just beyond these doors, but it's been quite a number of hours now. Have I ever told you that you talk like an old fogey? It's very reminiscing. Is that such a crime? There's a flat panel, VCR, and a row of Steel Samurai videos on this table. Are they worried that if they leave the tapes out on the table like that, the Yadigar Asul will make off with them? I honestly doubt the Yadigar Asul would want to steal Steel Samurai videotapes. Ah, but that's where you're wrong. The fake Yadigar Asul may not want to steal them. But you never know with the real Yadigar Asul. Please stop buying the tapes with that look of want in your eyes, okay? Alright, we've already looked at all this stuff, so we're just gonna move on. They'll be returning to the investigation in Albas now, but I know. I'll go back to Babel and do some more investigating there. The Rose Garden! Alright, do we see anything out of place? This light here looks oddly out of place, like it fell over. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. How are things in Babel? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. Oh, sorry, I keep yawning. I guess I didn't have enough caffeine. I haven't even had to take my pill yet. I still have it. The investigation into Manny Cochin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into Yadigar Su has. I guess Yadigar Su. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will. Preposterous. That's why I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yadigar Su. That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Albast. That's when the Yadigar Su appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared. Just suddenly it vanished. Shadow! After that, there was a fire at the Babli's embassy, and the Yadigar Su started. I vow that not a single feather from the Yadigar Su shall escape my diligence. That's something right there. Look at that. This could be a flower petal. Let's start with this light right here. There's an overturned spotlight here. When the Yadigar Su appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. As that's when someone must have knocked it over. I had a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here. I thought I used my whip to capture the Yadigar Su. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash. I suppose this means that some other poor staff were hit instead. A statue of a woman. What if the lady is pouring water? It says this in a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are a lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that. Wait. Something different? There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, giving a pleasant fragrance. Not just for aesthetics, this pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. Random Fox. We got Space Fox. I'm a Space Fox. Fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. It says this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. Maybe to put out the giant fire! I'll take some notes about it, just in case. Larry? Nugugoo! Wabaga! How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, gee, thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that. Do you really think I'm the type to just jump in the pool and swim around for fun? Yeah, I think that. Alright then. Did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So, how'd you get in there? So you know my son, right, Edgy? Your son. I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook him hands with the ambassador. That was like 4 hours ago. And I'm pretty sure he's around here when I last saw him. You imbecile? How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you gonna do if your son fell into the pool? How old is this child of yours anyway? I'm sure it's just a statue or something. Huh? Oh, how old is he again?
Hold it!
I actually used to really like swimming. I haven't been a long time though. Larry's the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? Ever since I got home from college and my mom called me fat when I went swimming, I haven't really liked swimming anymore. The mother. Oh, that chick. The pink princess. The pink princess?
Hold it!
Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he's looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yep. Because I'm a steel samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there. Well, now we know how they smuggle stuff from embassy to embassy. Because the baby carriage is as poor as Larry is at paying attention. It would very easy to smuggle something in the carriage from side to side because he wants to search the doll. If you find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. Hey, wait! Sigh. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. He's unrelated to the murder. He sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. There's some beautiful roses here. They appear to be well maintained. The ancient knife stretcher, the arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they're grouped by color, one color per location. They lose their beauty when they're all mixed together like this. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. Second thought, there's a rather serious look in her face. I better leave it be. They should really rethink the proper balance of these roses. All the people comment on the proper balance of things. Oh, this statue bears a resemblance to the Primadux statue. The plaque says King Primadux in the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primadux put his life on the line and went to the war. So Primadux is actually a person of royal blood? I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. What surprised me is the real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed. I suppose there's that too. Oh, we already did that. Alright, we already looked at those. Well, we looked at the one over there, same deal. This is where Ambassador Alba was giving a speech. Stage is set up nicely, however, where was the audience supposed to sit? Oh, perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool. Or stand, maybe. That's such poor planning if there was no place other than the spot or two by the pool. Maybe we should have made seating arrangements like how the gallery is set up in court. Indeed, consistent consideration for the viewers was taken with those. So in the end, the speaker and the audience were standing the whole time, huh? Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. I suppose Ambassador Alba sat in this chair. Master Alba, that's a stool. Master Alba is very elderly. The chair is prepared for him should he have to gotten tired during his speech. And it's funny you plan to make a speech sitting down in the first place. The ambassador is also quite prideful, that's why. He sounds like an old principal from grade school who would speak in assemblies. Alright, we looked everywhere. Wait, what's this? Also, the Yatagarasu Su hid in these bushes. Of course not, they're rose bushes. You've been spending so much time with Scruffy and that girl that they're rubbing off on you. That's alright, I'll wake you out of your stupor. Now, next time you feel like sleep talking, remember that I'll whip you for real. All I try to do is offer a possibility, this is what I get? Okay. Just making sure. Okay, let's move on. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, 1 person ran a light, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang, well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor, I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. I don't know if we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. Okay, as if I could be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out, screaming into the light. You with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? You were working on as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yadgar Su appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw a thief, alright. With my own 2 eyes. I feel like this would have happened if I went to the park with you. I'd whip you for daydreaming. I mean, isn't that something you do at parks? Daydreaming is a valid thing to do at a park, I think. Unless you're at a theme park, then you shouldn't be daydreaming. Then you gotta, like, if you're at a theme park, you gotta move. You gotta keep moving. The Yadgar Su is always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of "It's the Yadgar Su" rang out. Next second, the spotlight went out. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief had vanished. We investigated afterwards and found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the ignition plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. One thing is for certain. The Yadgar Su was here. So saying that, basically all you saw was the silhouette. Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else. Didn't you ever your brain stops for nothing? That happens. Good thing is this, you might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with the same shape, not amongst the staff or the audience members. I mean, I've already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. Something appearing and disappearing in the shadow of the Yadgar Su. I believe I figured out its true origin. I expect to know less from my subordinate. Now let's hear what you know on the suspect. I'm going to cast shadow of the Yadgar Su. Spotlight.
Take that!
If you could take a look at this, don't you find it to be a bit suspicious? Not at all. Oh, as I thought. You see, I was merely testing you just now. No time to waste on your pompous talk. So get on your explanation already. Nagu! Dirk, I guess Francisco just couldn't understand my point. I was right, though. Let me think this through again. Yadgar Su's shadow. There's only one thing that can explain how it was cast, and it must be this.
Take that!
Something appearing to be a statue of Yadgar Su. My boss was paid by the statue.
Objection!
Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? Statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yadgar Su. You're correct, however, the statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What's the other part to the real form of the Yadgar Su shadow? Leaf.
Take that!
Let's see, if you take a look at this. Don't you find it to be a bit suspicious? Not at all. As I thought. Ah, crap.
Take that!
It's another statue. The other shadow is made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panic state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when they appeared, maybe the two shadows would create the Yadgar Su? Yadgar Su shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch that reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primidux in the battlefield. Have the King's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, we set up a light on the Queen who spoke of love to King Primidux. Her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage. Ah, so we were to combine the two shadows. Looks not like the Yatagarasu shadow. How do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shown on the Queen's statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe the whole King's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. The person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. Only one part? Yes. And that one part alone is not to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu shadow. Why did you say that in the first place? You're right, I apologize. Now, what part of the Queen's statue is used to create this statue? Is this part right? Is that actually part of it? Can we see the whole thing? No, we can't do anything. Which part of it? I'm gonna do the leaf. I think it's the leaf.
Take that!
This is that part. Now that should be shine the light on this part to complete this shadow. Because I can't see how this would fit in at all. Alright. Perhaps I was wrong. It's not there, which should be shining light, but on a different location. How's Edgeworth? Why are you withholding the correct information from me? Arg! Please forgive my transgression. Well, just don't mess up again. Can we look at the Yatagarasu? No. I have no idea.
Take that!
This is that part. I don't know. I don't know what we're like. It's really hard to. Oh, the hand.
Take that!
Get back to what's missing on her shadow. 5 long thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? Ah, that's right. It can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Princess, can we please adjust the spotlight's position? It only shines on the Queen's left hand. Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. It's... okay, that's exactly like the shadow I saw. Culprit must have changed the spotlight's position beforehand. And then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. And they panicked, the guests must have moved the spotlights around. Which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time lights came back on, the Yatagarasu shadow had vanished. Which means the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabasta tonight. The only country the thief visited was Babel, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabasta. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. This is the biggest clue yet to solve the case that this is this accomplice. Give me back my health. Got it all back. Good, good. I was worried. We messed up a lot. How's the investigation going? Oh, hey, Detective Bad. Think about it. Have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I'll let the murder and Agent Lang's charge. The only target from that very beginning is the Yatagarasu, so yes. So what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. Can I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please. When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. How are we doing on time? I got 15 minutes so we need to do another ad. This should work out perfectly because we'll have just enough time for the end of stream. After one more ad. And one woman claimed, "I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist." She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. It's, what's her name? Lotta Hart? This is the photo I got from her. Well, what in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air. Times they are changing. It's not just a man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. Well, when was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the MC from. I see, so this was taken after the fire. The blur in this picture took off from the Babyliss embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabast.
Objection!
Simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. Two, actually. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off from the Babyliss embassy, so I should start from there. I just gotta need to return to Babel investigation for a bit. Alright. I feel like we're making good progress. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation. Yes, that's... But it feels like this one is very convoluted. So it's just taking a lot longer than you would think. I'm gonna head back to this side. Hopefully they're done cleaning out the fire now. I think after all that running around, we're right back where we started. It appears that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Maid's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Polino, but I have yet to find his killer. I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who was out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Just Polino. Actually, there's one thing you could do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh sure, please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Polino. You're a total gentleman. Ha ha ha, you don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Suplino. Those two sure got chummy awfully quickly. It's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? We should probably start by comparing the state of the room before and after the fire. We're just looking at the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. Yeah, when I came in this room, that person was already gone. I'm willing to bet that person I was chasing is Mr. Koshin's killer. We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key to the Yatagara's soul 7 years ago was found here, it signals that the past Miss Yu is also somehow involved. I know that one was almost definitely Mr. Koshin's killer. Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received the most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad, he's taken part in the investigation, too? Yes, he's been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years. Uncle Bad. Now then, I was told that the photo was taken just after the fire. Well, what? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. This could be how that person escaped. Well, we need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Alright, investigating again. What is this, like the 5th investigation we've done? Alright, let's start here. Looks like all the souvenir stuff for some damage from the fire. I don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu. The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems. I know, because if it were me, my first priority would have been to look through this bookshelf. You would steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere? You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to the location that has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are most valuable of all. Random Fox. I've got the black party dress with gloves. Could you really rob some of their valuable memories just like that? And no, because even if I take these souvenirs, I can't take the owner's memories. Just don't know where the blade of the Babbly's knife went. Maybe the killer walked away with it? Oh, a grandfather clock. This one resembles the one in Albast. Oh, that clock's been with us since we were back when we were still Codopia. That's one big clock. Hey, does this one have a bird that pops out like a cuckoo clock? Ah, I'm sorry, but no. Oh, I'm not sure you love its chime. Really? It's going to be 11 soon. Maybe I'll get to hear it then. Is that time already? Time sure fly by as I'm involved in the investigation. Oh, it's not that late. Night's only just begun. Okay, it's not good for you to stay up late, you know. Yes, Gramps. So this is a real Primaduck statue. This is really valuable, right? Hour's still good. We got an hour left. Oh, wait. Do we need to run an ad yet? We got 8 minutes. Okay. That's what they say.
Hold it!
Okay, you're not seriously considering the theft of this statue, are you? No way, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's think about that. Anything like that. Yeah, that is usually when I go to bed. I was just calculating in my head how much the statue is worth. That sounds mighty suspicious to me. It appears that Mr. Kochin's body has been taken in for an autopsy. Quite outlines all of the such to tell the tale of his murder. Here's this area was heavily damaged by the fire. I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. Arsov inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright, here's the bank. There's a bottle of Babbly's ink on Mr. Kochin's desk. It looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal's unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink. Here's Spleen, it looks like your precious Babbly's ink is alright after all. What? That's odd. Master, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? Alright, let's go talk to him. Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight? Huh? I see, I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Babbly's embassy tonight. What a bother all that was. Wait, the only fire we know about is the one after the Jammin' Ninja show. Oh, well, the first occurred at the start of the Jammin' Ninja show. Luckily, the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the Jammin' Ninja show was the second one of the night. Exactly. So the fire I was the second one. Come think of it. Didn't Detective Bad make a reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently, right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. think it was leftover image from the fire on the floors above it that caused it. That's, how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. Office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself. All gone in the blink of an eye. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Polino. Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again? You're discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. If you happen to know what Mr. Coach's actions and whereabouts were as well. It's very well, let's see, I've been quite busy. All day from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After I had a roll for breakfast.
Hold it!
Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you like a condensed version? Alright, I can do that for you. Is that about the ink? We go ahead. So what did Mr. Coach and you do this morning? Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jammin' Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it up into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office. You helped clean Mr. Coach's office? Why are we not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Why would you start at the top? Well, it doesn't make sense. Wouldn't you start at the bottom? That's why both the Prime Duck statue and the Balby's knife set are down here. I see. Oh, the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace. Cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain, though, huh? How about that? I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. Ha ha ha. Guess I'll have people got Manny here to get angry at me. How do I clean? I don't. I just wallow in filth.
Hold it!
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger? Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Balby's ink onto the back of the wall when I was burning the files, you see. He got mad at me saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. I'm glad the boss getting bossed around. That's about it for what we did this morning. Some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do. Being an ambassador and all. Now, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Coach did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the theater in Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater. Because I was taking part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show, there was a commemorative photo op at the end. There's a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba and the Steel Samurai and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja. It seemed to be rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out, and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. During the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Coach again after the start of the Steel Samurai show? Yes, that's right. Next time I saw him, he was lying there, in eternal sleep. I see. Master Polino, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance. Mr. Edgeworth? If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? Alright, before we ask about the ink, I'm gonna go brush. It's 2.5 minutes. It's 2.5 minutes is probably enough, okay? So we're gonna go brush. Alright, 2.5 minutes should be enough time. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, with perfect timing, I am back. We have 3 seconds left. 2, 1. Alright, we're back. We are back. Let's do this. Mr. Cochin's ink. We gotta find out about it. I think it's clear the fireplace turns around like the other one did. I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink. I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. When I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. They were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all.
Hold it!
The fire was green? What was the cause? Well, which crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern? Should you wait till you catch the fish before you throw the fish? Well, Babbly's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that caught on fire. That's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. Case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery. What exactly was it caught on fire in here? Alright, let's go back to the desk. Alright, we already saw the ink bottle. Phone. I guess MC phones are just like normal phones, huh? What did you imagine them to look like? I thought the valves would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it'd be Alabasta, don't you think? Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Codopia. There's really no point in asking about something that never existed in the first place. Oh, if you know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth. Curiosity and imagination. Alright, what we got? There's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World. Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh, I see. Ah. The most important part was blackened by the fire. My cruel fate, why? Looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. Looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them. Apple sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon. What kind of discount would that net you? 5-finger kind, what else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer. Things such as the truth. What else would I steal? What I wouldn't give to have a moment of your your coupons right now. Manny Cochin, his name's written here on this nameplate. Why don't you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office? I suppose to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake. I think maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name if you forget. Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to set a nameplate on one's desk. That looks like a very comfortable chair. How did it survive the fire? It looks like all that broken, so why don't you just try sitting in it? I better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. If you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes. It's because I'm a prosecutor and it's a part of my job to examine things. My job is to be a great thief. I do have a nameplate. So they say, I've heard it said, that if you are low class, you have your name on your shirt. If you're middle class, you have your name on your desk. And if you're upper class, you have your name on a building. So I have my name on my desk. Which is exactly why you're not allowed to touch anything. I think nope, we have not cleaned everything from the desk. Do we look at the ink again? No? Oh, the desk drawer. I think this desk also fell victim to the fire. Random Fox, we have Casual Hard Fox. It doesn't look like true damage. Oh, I think we can barf with this drawer a bit. Huh. So we really should take a look. It's a rather unusual shape for a notepad. But there must be another souvenir from somewhere. Is that somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yes. Where's the note? Bam.
Eureka!
The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Oh. It's up to you. We can work them in. I do need to probably make it so that the casual is not quite as Common. I need to reduce the commonality of the casuals. We have a lot of casuals. There's like 20 of them. Or like 17 of them right now. I don't know. So I probably need to make it so that, you know, like, what I could probably do is just put a tree coming off of the one spot, or however many spots, and that goes to all the casuals, and each one has a chance. Shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Hey, you're right. What is it? Looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. Ah, yes, that notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. I've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see. Yes, I do. You seem to be quite passionate about it. Oh, would you look to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure they haven't been burned to a crisp by the fires? Master Bueno, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. This is... looks like Manny's handwriting. I see, in that case... Once you figure something out? This note was found in Alabast. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II. Damask II, then this note. Yes, it was a request from Mr. Koshin from Damask to steal the Pyramidic statue. What? Manny tried to steal Alabast's Pyramidic statue? We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Master, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Koshin? Yes, I can gather if you can give them to you. I'd ask Detective Gumshoe ready to run the analysis. Can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue? There's one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Are we still looking at the desk? Oh, there's what we got. Seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well. Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's the value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here. Mr. Edgeworth? I think we just did. Okay, we done? Okay, desk got a check mark. Good. I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Koshin hired Damask II. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's event. But because of Yadigar Su and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? Ha ha ha. I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. See, Babel's statue, well, it's just a replica. And did Mr. Koshin know that about Babel's Pyramidic statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As we expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. But when I told Manny of my concerns, he said, let me handle it, it'll be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Kudobia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. When I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Hold it!
Mr. Koshin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Kudopian ambassador. Why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He's so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be. I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind, beyond just simple kindness. Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Ted Gumshoe, have you collected the information I requested? Yep, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all. What is all this, Gummy? It's all the information on the room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Never know exactly how this room was before and after the fire. Good work, detective. Oh, it's nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk. Why you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad? What do you mean? As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry. I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. When I do, I'm going to become a good Yadigar Su, just like my father, right?
Hold it!
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, okay? However, I can say it's truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. Hey, you bet. So what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Yes? That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? I think you call your secret weapon. You mean little thief? Hey, you're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
Hold it!
I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. When the information like the Gumshoe gathered in the ambassador's testimony. I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. You got it. Alright, here we go. Dark skies are evening when no one other bird dares to take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. Now wins the true power of a real, modern-day Robin Hood. Boop. Seems there are other things besides what the ambassador missed that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Katie saw used as well. We already know that, don't we? Was this some sort of light show I'm not told about? This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I'm inputted. Maybe that's certainly one interesting advice you have there, Miss Faraday. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. These must have been the large green flames Master Polino saw. Flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in. Okay, by the time he came in this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. This fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor. Until the Yatagarasu appeared, caused a stir in the babble, I suppose. I guess Mr. Polino was just lucky enough to run into the fire as it was burning, huh? And she could put it that way, and since you were the first to discover the body, I can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it. That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Koshin's killer. That is very likely to be the case. Until the person came in this room before you, they must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here. Okay, maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. Then what did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Well, whatever it is, that person burned it. It made a rather sizable fire. Since the fire is green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tired of these flames if you get what I mean. Yes, I do believe that what you're thinking is exactly why these flames are green.
Take that!
The source of green in these flames is related to this. Oh, really? I don't think they're related at all. Oh? Wait, what? Sorry, it really isn't related after all. Can you honestly apologize this time for being wrong? What? I'm always honest. That's a good thing. Let's keep on doing it. Stay calm, the answer should come to me. Anything about this more carefully. Stay calm, the answer should come to me. Green flame is the same as that other flame. Oh, is it just this thing?
Take that!
The silhouette lantern. Its green flame comes from the wood crystal oil. It's burning. I think I just jumped. I took the second jump. Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off. Maybe now established the green flames were caused by the wood crystal oil. No, we know that there's only one other thing made from this wood crystal oil. Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Polino was mistaken about, right? Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation. What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir? Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This thing that made from wood crystal oil that Master Polino was mistaken about.
Take that!
Babbley's ink is made from wood crystal oil. Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right? Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babbley's ink. Because we found the ink that Mr. Koshin used on his desk, right? Yes. However, we know that Mr. Koshin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with the ink is the answer to what gave his birth to the green flames. I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. It's coupons. He made a bunch of coupons. All those expired coupons? Okay, it would appear that I finally found it. Smuggling rings real goal. If I always think this is the source of the green flames. Do I have it? Oh,
Take that!
what would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Sing-Fa. You're kidding. You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babel's printing press. Master, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Oh yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Master, because of you, your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well. Ah yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of a trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crime. They are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. Alright, well that's that. Looking at one fire really set us up. This grandfather clock was apparently in a different position before the fire. Worst happened, his clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir. Because most likely it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming. Oh, that's odd. It's still chiming right on the dot every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged the internal mechanism or something. Master Plano, maybe take a look inside that clock? Sure, go right on ahead. Head Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the inside this clock? Yes, sir. I'm on it. Yes, gentlemen, I found this inside, sir. It's like a length of wire. This is what caused the clock to stop chiming. What was a long length of wire doing inside this clock? In the first place? Maybe it was run from building to building so someone could, like, shoot a cloth across and make it look like they teleported. Or flew across. Sigh. Why would someone do this? Such a valuable clock. Sounds like it wasn't Mr. Plano that put up the wire in there. Perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did. Looks like one of Babbly's knives was already missing before the fire began. So it would seem, especially since the other two knives' handles were burned away. Main handle swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon. Babble's national treasure. Babble's national treasure. I can't talk. Babble's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babble, don't you think? I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babble's woes. So by this time, the prominent statues had already been swapped, right? They must have been, as this one's covered in soot. Well, that's the timing, just as the two countries are about to become friends again, too. It would have been better if I had stolen it than for it to get caught up in that fire. Okay, I think I understand your sentiment. However, if you were to engage in theft, I can't look the other way, right? You can please stop stealing my lines. Mrs. Charter made a fallen ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of those before. They spin around and around and play music. I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies. Yes, that's it. They're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right around like a record. I see. I guess I can see how you might think that. So that was really into pushing their tourism industry, huh? It would appear that way. You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after the case? Do you already have a destination in mind? Well, ideally, I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thieves training. We want to learn the fine art of stealth. Perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammin' Ninja TV show. That's actually a really great idea. Mr. Edgeworth? Can't believe she took me seriously. The safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You can tell because the inside wasn't burnt, right? Yes, and thanks to the safe's fire resistance, smoking was preserved. Aren't safes great? They always hold the wonderful promise of treasure within. This one certainly did have a few inside. Fireplace, huh? So Babble's offices have them too. Two? There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found that undershirt in the fireplace. It was that traumatizing. Why don't you try creating new memories for this fireplace? You could climb inside and we could play hide and seek. You come out covered in soot? I think not. You really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. You can see the Alabastian Embassy through this window. So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? I can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damask 2 was killed. But you don't mean the Master Mask 2. Oh, poor guy. As a fellow second generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this, even though Damask 2 was merely an imposter of the original. Looks like a very comfortable chair. Why does it look all that broken, so why don't you just try sitting in it? I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. If you're always touching all sorts of things. Did we already talk all this? Blah, blah, blah. My job to be a great thief. That's why you're not allowed to touch anything. This desk is largely unchanged from before the fire. Yeah, it just got a little burnt, that's all. It's a very fine desk, I'm sure, that even now is still unusable. Is that great? Why don't you trade your desk with it? No, it's a suggestion. You don't have to get all monosyllabic on me, you know? Alright, what can we connect? Can we have anything we connect? No. Nothing. Detective, you took part in the initial Babel investigation, correct? Yep, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir. That first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in new use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burnt to a crisp. Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in case of fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh? Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic. Hey, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babui's embassy at all? I didn't personally. And other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective. The second fire broke out around this time that the Yatagarasu spotted in Alabas. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babel, which caused some panic. So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babel. Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. Cover the eyes, right? Yeah, we're good. Alright, that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know? Still, it's enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. The person in a long coat sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabas was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel was also suspect. You can't be serious. Now we were this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Callisto U. So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Kojin, and disappeared. What did you see? By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu? I'm going to take my pill. Taking the pill. Down the hatch. Why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu? I did, but, well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with, and I was lost for a while there.
Hold it!
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building? You were the guard, Detective? Hey, I'm sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it's thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue. Oh, is that a fact? Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around in the 3rd floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away. That's probably when I found Mr. Coach's body. Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. It's thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. He covered me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I see. So it can be useful once in a while. Once in a blue moon. So it's too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did. I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her. Here. Just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of her room next door. Oh. Oh, suspicious. Suspicious! Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier. Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing this Yatagarasu. She'd be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her. Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir? examined everything in this office, but there's one thing that bothers me. I should ask Ambassador Polino about it. Master Polino, there's something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? About his office. It appears to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. That's right, you've also paid a visit to the Alabastian side of the embassy. Our two embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace didn't look like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office. You for your handshake photo up with a Jamma Ninja? Yes, that's right. And what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of Babel's obsessively competitive spirit with Albast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. Alright, connect the dots. The Alabastian and Babbly sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As you know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passage. Secret passageway? In Alabasta, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. The revolving wall sounds like something out of a ninja house. Oh, there's a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir. What? Does this MC hold that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador. It's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room. What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed. My first thought is it's likely the killer used a revolving fireplace. Looks like there's just another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So how do you turn it again? Hit the X. Now I must have to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace. I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it.
Hold it!
Ah, you scared me, sir. There's something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts. Oh, we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right? We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something's missing from the scene. What's contradiction mean for us? I won't rest off. Inspect every looking nook and cranny. Where's the X mark? The fireplace wall should turn. It's a falling fireplace wall. That's neat, sir. Should hurry up and...
Hold it!
Wait, Detective. There's something we need to examine about this first. There's also something I'd like to test. Like what, sir? Tell you later, Detective. Now let's continue with the investigation. I'll see inside this fireplace is starter wood. Huh? That's odd. Doesn't match up with what Mr. Polino said earlier. What do you mean, this contradiction? Alright, what evidence we have? Let's check our evidence. Alright, present this.
Eureka!
Master Polino, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. After you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes in the fireplace, correct? If that's right, but why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry, I admit I'm a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a look at this fireplace and tell me what you find out about it. First, there's no ink on the back wall. Second, there's no ashes. It's just wood. Let's see. Huh? Where did all of the ashes go? We're taking this so slowly. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't really think the Ambassador Polino is lying, do you? No, there's no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It's the fireplace that's causing the contradiction. Okay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we've pretty much figured out everything now, huh? Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us. Oh, since I sense it coming on, you're about to dazzle us again, right? I mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know? There's really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. Bam! The reason the ashes are missing is simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Polino said that he spilled some ink, Babbly's ink, while he was burning the files. And yet there's not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well, I don't know what happened. I'll tell you what happened. Sheena used the thing to escape after she killed the guy. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the next neighboring room. Which means that this is a clear indication the fireplace was used. You mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there? It's a good thing they didn't, rotate it back the way it came, right? Because, you turn it one way and then turn it all the way around. Okay, there's a 180. But if you turn it 90 degrees and turn it back, you can still pass through. Or just rotate it twice. Disappeared from this room through there? Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Goshen's killer. After committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route. I have, but it's only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. Bam! The killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next. Then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room. The person that was in the next room was... Oh, it was that person, sir. Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena. Alright, we did... Little hiccup, but not bad. We just jumped the gun a little bit on one of our pieces of evidence. Looking more and more like Miss Sheena as the killer, huh? Isn't it? Let's not have no conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Kochin. I don't have any proof yet, however, I know she was hiding something from us. Okay, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself?
Hold it!
No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Take the gumshoe? Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on the Master 2's note. Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall. Right now, sir? No, next decade. Of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we? Come on, Gummy, you can do it. Alright, I'm going to do this like a real man. Here I go, through the fireplace and back. You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective. I mean, come on, it sounds fun. I would do it. Oh, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn. That's so neat. Now I want to try going through there, too. But there really is a secret passage through there. I had no idea. It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, Babbly's ink you spilled, Ambassador is there on the back wall. Okay, here I go, sir.
Hold it!
Hey, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as a killer. Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff. Any point is, now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through. Yes, sir. Because now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? What's the difference? I don't understand. Same conditions as a killer, whatever. No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve. Such as Yadagar's 2's whereabouts, the other smuggling members, the 2 weapons that made it across the border, the key Miss Yu sold 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies. Yeah, Treeborn, I'm sorry. I don't think we had a shot at finishing this night. There's still so many mysteries left to solve. Mr. Edgeworth, a number of pieces connected in a very complicated way, in this case. He's probably in the kitchen and getting a snack. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhaust him. What do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow the leads. Oof. Is that supposed to be an impression of me? Okay. The info gathering you need, Gummy, and I can help with that. Then all you have to do is show off your fancy logical deductions. Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that? Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? I've been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. When we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. Okay. That's the sort of thing I say to myself. When I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know? That's something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for you. For your sake. I think knowing how to lockpick is a good thing to know. Haha, yay, looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir. Yes, I can see that. Good work, detective. Cough, cough, cough. Looks like you can use that fireplace like a door, sir. Are you alright, Gummy? I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all. Jacket's got quite filthy, I see. I see the hem has practically turned black. Yeah, well, quite a bit of the unburned ink on it, sir. I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I didn't pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat. Well, no, sir. I can never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it's a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it cleaned, but, you know. I see. Very well, then. As you wish. So because Gummy is able to climb through the fireplace, you know it can be used, right? Yes, that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. That is, I'll have to explain it to you later. Right now we need to deal with the handwriting analysis. Take the gumshoe? Yes, sir, I'll be back before you know it. Handwriting's analysis of Mr. Coach's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let's go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis along with Agent Lang and Agent Sheena. Alright, what do you think? We're basically out of time. Do you want me to try to progress a little bit further? She asked, knowing exactly what everyone's going to say. Let me guess. Streamer's going to say, you still got 14 minutes left. So I was going to say, do whatever you want to do. It's okay. Cinnamon's going to sit there staring menacingly. Bouncing a little bit. I will keep going. But again, there's not a lot of time left. We're not finishing this today. Ah! You did. Agent Lang. As he says, little cubs never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves. These codes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. What does that mean? It means you'll never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor. Counterfeit bills made with Babbley's ink. They were all of Zingfa denominations. Yes, so I heard from Ms. Von Karma. We don't know where the play money has gone. They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zingfa is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. It's not just the money. Citizens are also worried. I stake the honor of the House of Lang on this. And I've come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the inks were smuggled into Zingfa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smoker down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Master Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh no, it's I who should apologize. It's all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Quirkus, you fool! Curse your empty brain! Hey, you're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. So now let's go. Time to return to our den. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but go home as well. Agent Lang. Hold it. You, Wolfman and Secretary Lady, hold it. Objection, pal. Take the gumshoe. Have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yeah, for that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, detective. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. How long do you intend to hold us up for? Oh, sorry to have made you wait. But I believe that now everyone is finally here. Hey, Sheena, I'd like to ask you something, if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Koshin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Ageling has to test the Babel investigation at all. So I suppose I'll need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh? Sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. Sigh, is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. Oh, synchronized glasses removal. Ah, I should have known. That you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. Well, I'll prove her innocence. So let's see what you got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, with pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang. I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony. You mean the suspicious person in the coat that you saw? That's right, that person is one of the keys to solving the case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? What do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Kay, if you could explain for us what the person you were chasing did. Okay, you got it. I first spotted a suspicious person near the open-air stage in the Babel East side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call this suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor. Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babelese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Koshin's office. I got chased and ran into the room. When I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah! Who's there? By the time I turned the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, why do you suppose? Is it obvious? First slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness.
Objection!
Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh? How did you know that with such certainty? Oh, that's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person.
Take that!
Your answer is Sheena? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Koshin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Sheena, who was in the next room over. Arg! Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. You see? Therefore, the Yatagarasu could not have escaped through the door. Which means that the creep slipped out before Sheena made it out into the hallway. No, I doubt that as there's another person in the hallway, a certain detective. When it comes to you, where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran toward Mr. Coach's office from the opposite direction of the HG now, sir. Can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door is not a viable route. Grr. Renew. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened. Yes, I've eliminated one of the possibility escape routes from that room. There's the window still, though. This is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well. There'll be another possible escape route that Yatagarasu could have taken. Ha 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 ha. I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? If the door is not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time to bust out with a revolving fireplace wall explanation, right? No, not quite yet. Huh? Well, why? I thought this would be the perfect time. The revolving wall on the opposite side is known only to 4 people. If we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us at the end. What's all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? No, nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Humph, well, no matter. I figured you out already, anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. This is an eerie picture of said escape route assist. Are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu escape? Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window would be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible. I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. I never said I thought the photo would be of the Yatagarasu escape route. I suppose not. Alright then. Explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay was chasing after. You say whatever you like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence. Very well then. I read you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in this photo. Is it time? I don't think it's time for this yet. He said it's not time. He said it's not time. But this is after the first fire. Is this the proof? The timing was wrong. This is after the second fire. The second fire was on floor 3. I'm gonna save. I'm kind of... Can I save? It's one of these two things, I think. It's one of them.
Take that!
Let me explain to you the precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagarasu heading for the 3rd floor during the second fire. However, the photo in the question was taken just after the first fire. Grr, no. Yeah, way to go. That's twice you bit him in the butt now.
Not so fast.
We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is. And how the Yatagarasu escaped. I suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. Ha, as I thought. However, the Yatagarasu escape route. Now that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on. Enlighten me. I'm a save here. I think we'll be able to remember this next time. But we have to stop. It is late, and I must go to bed. Alright, so I'm very sorry to, we gotta stop a cliffhanger. It's late. I also, like, Treeborn, here's the thing. If I thought we could finish in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I'd probably go for it. I'm not convinced we can. We might solve this part, but there's more to go, so it's just gonna have to keep going. What is this? Ageless. Never heard it. Yeah, that's it for now. All right, raid somebody. What do we want to raid? I got a few people on my list. Nebu's playing games demos. Shardvix is playing Aloft. Night and Yellow is playing Persona 4. Should we rate? Have we rated Night and Yellow? Let's see. Let me look at my list. Where's the button for that? Raid. All right, let's look at my list. All right, people I'm following. Let's see here. I typed in just like you said. I don't know why it didn't work. Oh, look at this. Can I see? Oh, you copied the raid message? Okay. Okay, we can raid, gotta make sure this is my computer. Alright, so we can raid the Night and Yellow. Alright, we raid. Alright, so thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you all have a great night, a great day tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow with more chess puzzles and, of course, Ace Attorney. We'll hopefully finish the investigation tomorrow. But for now, we raid, okay? So good night, everyone. Sleep well, have good dreams, and hope to see you guys tomorrow. Fox Raid!